Hello, welcome to Under the First Floor Lo-Fi Podcast, shitty recordings of bands you should like. My name's David Settle, and on today's episode, we have Dominique Diglio of Philadelphia. Previously, she was in the band Holy Gifts and has recorded on an episode of Under the First Floor as a guest of Carl Blau. That's where I first met her. She actually has a tape coming out tomorrow on Perpetual Doom, and she played a couple songs off that, including the first song coming up. But before we get to that, I just would like to mention that the new Volume 3 mixtape is officially out. You can find it on underthefirstfloor.bandcamp.com. It's got songs from episodes 41 through 60, 20 great tracks. And you can buy a tape on the Bandcamp. I don't have the cassettes yet, but they should be shipping out in the next couple of weeks. And all money made will be going to some community fridges in Philadelphia. So if you like the podcast, if you like what you hear, please check out the Bandcamp and grab a tape or just buy a digital download. Either way. And thanks so much to everyone who's bought one so far. It's greatly appreciated. Without further ado, though, here is Dominique's first song called Hara off of her new tape, Songs for Terra. Hope you enjoy.
2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Lest we forget our greatest success is life and death to lying. Silver and gold on our hands, which enfold ourselves, lost in disillusion. So blessed with the news of what to do, or is this just a soft focus? Here now, but yet to relate a show for nothing's jubilation. I saw wind so still it laughed at time passing. The skull cup, a tea-bowl, and the broken statue told me, listen for your reflection. Oh no, there is no cure for this, except she surrendered. Coins and clouds are with us now. My name is Dominique Diglio, and I'm with...
I'm Mike Davis.
That's right. And
That's who I am.
and we're currently located at Chamonix Mansion Youth Hostel, facing
I-76?
76?
Yeah.
I-76.
All right,
yeah.
75. That's
Scenic 76.
Scenic 76. Get your kicks on Route 76.
Those are the cars you hear behind us.
Yeah.
If they come through.
Yeah.
We previously recorded the Carl Blau episode out here on the front porch.
On the front porch, yeah. We did it on the front porch.
Yes.
Had a little bit more of a buffer from the highway.
And now we're in the back.
Yeah, less mosquitoes.
Almost a year later, which is
Yeah.
funny.
Almost a year to the day. Yeah.
Thankfully, springtime and not.
Yeah.
That was in summer. That was very hot. This is not.
Yeah, that was very hot.
It's beautiful out right now.
Yeah.
Beautiful spring day in Philly. So, I think back then you still had Holy Gifts going on, right?
Yeah,
Holy Gifts. Sorry.
Gifts. Yeah, gifts. Yeah. GIFTS.
Not GIFS.
Yeah, so many people.
Holy gifts.
So many people thought it was gifts or
Oh
GIF.
no.
They're like, I'm
Holy
just like,
gifs?
I just have I just mumble when I speak. The T doesn't come out.
Fair.
Yeah.
And I think, did you play a couple of songs from that tonight?
Yeah, we played a couple songs from
Today.
that record that we put out. It was Old Joy.
Mm-hmm.
We put it out, what, a year and a half ago now?
Yeah, last
December 2019.
2019, yeah.
Mhm.
And it's now end of April 2021. So yeah, a year and a half.
Yeah.
And yeah, we played a couple songs off that.
And then the rest are like,
Yeah, the rest are from a solo record that's coming out soon under my name, like my first record under my
Gotcha.
own name. Yeah.
cool.
That was the last time I'm doing this count-in, and if not, I'm gonna throw you over that banister. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. I could be Fred Astaire with curly hair, or possibly Karen Black through cataracts. I'm not a boy in some lush perfume. I'm but a girl in a darker jewel. You could be God with her starry brow, or possibly a demon to steer us south. I might see with wicked eyes the tragedy to keep us inside.
What sparked the change?
It was a couple different things. It was the pandemic for sure,
Yeah, for sure.
and it was also my transition, and also kind of just reaching a point to make work under my name, and just kind of have it under a collective umbrella.
Right.
Yeah, I think you were like kind of itching for a while to move away from like the whole full band thing and just kind of strip it down. Like we always talked about doing stuff like more stripped back.
Right.
and I think the pandemic like made just gave you a chance to just like
Right,
sink right
kinda
into
just,
that.
Yeah, just like threw me into that, especially like especially recording alone too, because I never really did that much. I mean, when we lived together, I did, but it was like very sparse because we would usually do it together.
Yeah.
but it was more of a thing where like now you were coming over every couple of weeks or so.
We just hole up in there in the abandoned mansion hostel and just like drink a shit ton of coffee and chain smoke and record.
Yeah, exactly.
Turned out some cool stuff.
Yeah, I'm excited for that record that's coming out.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, so it was all recorded here?
Yeah, it was all recorded here.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, all
That's
recorded
awesome.
here from basically like maybe like a couple months before. So probably like beginning of 2020, pre-pandemic, to fairly about a year overall. It was recording. You know what I mean, and just kind of collecting it, either me on my own or with you.
What other than being more stripped down, like what differences are there from this recorded stuff compared to like the Holy Gifts music?
The stuff that we have, it's a lot more leaning on. The last record we did in studio at Headroom.
Oh, nice.
Oh, yeah, and we did it with our friend Joni Elfers. Mm-hmm. She helped produce and mixed it and stuff, and we basically did it live. Mm-hmm. And this was completely not that due to the pandemic.
But I also will say, like, the songs off that Holy Gifts record were stuff that you had in the bank for like 5 even more years, right? So like,
it was.
It's like a lot older material that I feel like you were sitting on for a long time and just like really wanted to get out there and like so you could get fresh stuff coming in, which is what the new thing's going to be. It's mostly all new
stuff. Everything that's come out on this record that by the time this comes out will be out. Let's hope.
Yeah.
And then you could put like a sound clip here. The songs on this new record are more recently written and from a more present perspective, as opposed to the ones that we put on the Holy Gifts record, which were songs that I had for 5, some like almost 10 years, just sitting on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, one thing I do want to say is like I think I'm really glad that we got a chance to do this session here because to me it kind of feels like we're capping off like an era at this place.
Yeah,
because,
without a doubt. Yeah.
Like you kind of moved in here right before the pandemic, so like
I moved here 2 weeks before the pandemic.
Yeah, in my mind, like this place
that.
has been nothing but just like a creative sanctuary for me personally and for us. Like it's always just so cool to be able to like drive away from the city and like be kind of in nature and just like there's no one around.
Yeah.
Like you can kind of be as loud as you want.
Yeah,
and
with the interstate.
Yeah, the interstate. Anything you could do.
Yeah,
so.
Like we had some sessions where we were recording until like 1 a.m.
Yeah,
like
that's awesome.
like just like hammering things out.
Yeah,
and having the privilege for once to like not have anybody be like, hey, shut up, like because when we lived together on Tasker, we couldn't play until like after 8 o'clock.
Yeah, it was like 9 p.m. cut off, like, and that's like just when you get rolling sometimes.
Yeah,
that's just when I get to sleep
right
now.
Oh, okay. But like, yeah, it feels like a nice like just cap on
an era.
Yeah, because you're moving in 2 weeks.
Yeah, moving in 2 weeks, less than 2. Yeah, 12 days.
By the time this comes out, you will be moved. This mansion will be no longer available.
No longer available for creative endeavors.
Damn.
Except your love. to die before I finally realize life's hard, then you're mystified, you stay calm and it multiplies. But murky as well, sailing on the waves of show and tell. Am I a gun or a bullet shell? Yeah, buddy. A little bit better.
I feel like from what I've heard, the Holy Gift stuff lean more towards like kind of like a classic indie sound, whereas this stuff sounds more like influenced by maybe like 70s singer-songwriters, 60s and 70s. Like,
yeah. I mean,
that's your bread and butter, Dom.
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, when we were recording the Holy Gifts record, it was more like we were leaning on like, you know, Neil Young and Crazy Horse, and we loved Shellac, and taking a lot of notes from that, and taking a lot of notes from like, you know, not necessarily the same style, but kind of trying to get those same sort of production notes.
But like from an outside perspective, meaning like someone who didn't write the songs, someone who just like played on them, I would say like when the old songs formed from the old record, they were more along the lines of like singer-songwriter type of stuff. But then just because we were all living together and jamming on them, they kind of like turned into more like rock, like indie stuff, because we were just like, you know, playing on them a lot.
Yeah, I mean, basically we were all living together at that time and just like working on music together and listening to music together, and kind of always just like picking up what each of us were listening to, and then like implying, you know, it was a cycle of just like.
Yeah, I think like the songs became way more embellished than you had originally intended them to be.
Without a doubt.
So I think the new stuff is like more what you have in mind, like at the beginning of the process.
Yeah, for sure. Because there's a lot more use of like drum machines and, you know, and synths, and
also just like I feel like the magic of the newer songs is captured real quick. Like. When we recorded the stuff here by ourselves over the quarantine, it was just like 1 or 2 takes, and like tried to not overthink it.
It's all basically like demo quality sort of like.
Whereas by the time we recorded the Holy Ghost record, we'd been jamming on or playing shows on those songs for like 2 or 3 years at that point.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
almost. So I think the like first thought, best thought ethos is like really going to be present in that new stuff.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of that's a big point. I mean that's kind of always been like the one unspoken rule we've always kind of have is the first thought, best thought.
Nice.
That's actually kind of how you're approaching this set too, because I normally play drums on all this stuff, but
true.
Wow. You know, over the past couple weeks we just been doing it like this, and kind of like sounds different every time. So
yeah, I mean like when it comes to any of the work that I do, like Mike is kind of my right hand man.
Gotcha.
When it like, well, I mean it's the truth. I mean you kind of, you know, we just tinker. I just usually come to you with an idea, and I'm like, okay, well here's a blueprint of a song.
Yeah, and then we like work it out, and it kind of like gets a more of a structure and becomes what it's going to be.
Right. I mean the best example of that is when we wrote that song Division.
Yeah. Where
it was just in one night we just kind of wrote it, recorded it, and we're like, okay, that's it, and then just like didn't think about it.
Wow.
Because I remember I wrote a poem like months beforehand, and then just kind of like I just remember we just kind of like cut it up really quick.
Yeah, you just were like, I have this stuff, let me just like throw it at the wall real quick, and like 10 minutes later you had essentially the finished lyrics, and we just like first thing that came out.
Yeah, and then the demo of it that's gonna be on this record, like it's like the rhythm's basically held by a fuzz bass, but you and me are playing like I think I'm playing a suitcase and you're playing a hand percussion.
Yeah, I think I have like just like a shitty like hat trick tambourine in the background just to
Nice.
keep time.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't even meant to like necessarily be shown to anyone, but it just turned out like that was the right vibe for
Right.
it. So
Sick.
yeah.
Yeah. Swallowing a hummingbird with no answer to the answer. Telling your friends about the joys of wasting time. How Mother Mary gets our dishes in a downtime. But hold on to that rusty stuff made of bad dreams and adult fiction put up on high shelves. Premonition. Bliss of going on and on and on. Go home to laugh when you're not at home. It's the place to learn a sword is no baton. How to live without the shades drawn. But hold on to that rusty stuff made of cat scratch. Our ambition put up on high shelves. Our mission, a division. Oh, a division, a division. A division.
So sorry.
Yeah, where are you moving to?
I'm moving to Baltimore.
Nice.
Yeah.
What prompted the move?
It's something I wanted to do even before I moved here. Because originally, we're both originally from New Jersey, and I moved here end of August 2017. And I only intended to stay here for like 6 months.
Oh,
And then I was going to move to Baltimore, and then, life happened.
Mm-hmm.
And then, the pandemic happened, and I was like, okay, well, you should kind of do the thing now. What's
Yeah.
holding you back? You should do the thing.
Nice. So
Yeah,
you-
it just shows you again, like, when you have nothing to do but think about, like, your life and the state of the world, you end up just coming to the conclusion of, like,
Without a doubt.
now is the time to do whatever it is I want to do. Like,
Yeah.
if you got something that you need to accomplish, just try to go for it.
Yeah,
you know?
without a doubt. Yeah, I totally agree with that.
I'm gonna miss you though.
I'm gonna,
Aw.
I'm gonna miss you too, without a doubt.
What's always like drawn you to Baltimore?
A lot of friends down there, but also
Okay.
the music scene that they came out of there in like the mid end of the aughts into the 2010s. Beach House, and my good friend is in the band Lower Dens.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, Dan Deacon, all that stuff. Like a lot of my friends were into it, and I always heard that like Baltimore was just kind of this like weird,
Yeah.
like just cesspool of creativity.
That's a great description.
Yeah, no, seriously, like it's just like not to diss Philly, but like Philly and Baltimore are very different, and like Philly is a filthy city,
Mm-hmm.
and it wants to deny it as much as possible. Whereas Baltimore is like, we are a filthy city, but we have this gold ring on our finger because we're special. And people are like, at least you're earnest that y'all are y'all are raunchy. Like, I mean, come on. Like, the claim to fame is you have Divine who ate dog shit on the street. Like, come on. Like, that's
pretty good.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
It's a high bar.
Philly would never admit that.
No.
We have Rocky.
Yeah, that's not as cool.
That's not as cool.
It's museum stuff.
It's
Come
museum stuff. Yeah.
Sometimes it's the horse that loses the race, but rides for the war. What for? It's an uphill battle of swords. She who hears the cries of the world. It's an absolute toss. Bet on your wisdom, the teacher goes lost. Burn all your money, cheapen the cost. She who hears the cries of the world. Of the world.
So for the new stuff, what are some like musicians or bands that you took it influence from, or was it just kind of osmosis?
I mean, it's like a lot of different
thing?
people. Like Arthur Russell for sure. That's always a person that we kind of always gravitate to.
Maybe not as much in like sound, but just in like
in ethos.
Yeah,
Ethos for sure. You know, obviously the Velvets. I was listening to a lot of krautrock.
Oh, nice.
So a lot of like Cluster and Harmonia, Noi.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of Brian Eno.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, a lot of Brian Eno.
Like some of his like early classic rock stuff. Or
yeah,
like,
Dylan.
Okay.
A lot of Bob Dylan. A lot of old country too.
Oh,
so
sick.
like Carter Family.
Yeah.
Like I just kind of went back. The pandemic for sure like brought me back to music that like made me want to make music.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess finally having the time to listen to it like really critically, even if you know these songs are just like, you know, pop formulas.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like those old Carter Family songs are just might as well be pop songs. You know, like and like really studying the forms. Fela Kuti too. I was listening to a lot of Fela Kuti. Yeah, a lot of people.
Yeah,
a lot of different people. Neil Young before, like we said. Yeah. Lamelda for you for sure.
I love Lamelda.
A lot of Lamelda for you.
Word.
Yeah.
It's the second time that's been brought up for the podcast. I need to listen to that record.
Like,
yeah, they're incredible.
She does amazing stuff.
Yeah, incredible band. Incredible band.
Yeah, any other like new albums y'all have been drawn to lately?
Let's see. I've been listening to this band Floaty recently.
Oh yeah.
On Exploding in Sound.
Yeah.
They're incredible. Who else have I been listening to? Now I'm blanking. I don't know.
Yeah, that usually happens on this question.
I'm listening to a lot of Chavez lately.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I've been on a big like Matt Sweeney kick. I love Matt Sweeney.
Understandable. Yeah.
Matt Sweeney, if you hear this, I want to buy you a coffee and shake your hand and tell you that you're the best Jersey boy. Thank you. I love you, Matty.
I didn't know he was from New Jersey.
Oh, I didn't know that either.
He's from Hoboken, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Matt Sweeney, play a episode of my podcast. Super Wolf podcast episode, please.
Please
Yeah,
do
I've been
it.
listening to that. I've been listening to the Super
check
Wolf
that
record.
out.
That Super Wolf record's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
With did you hear that one song they did with Mokhtar with
Oh,
Modu
yeah.
Mokhtar? Yeah,
Yeah, that
holy
song's
shit,
awesome.
Hall of
So
Death.
good.
Yeah.
That guitar riff is insane.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, damn you, Matt Sweeney. I mean, the guys like always like, yeah, don't use guitar pick. Guitar picks are for suckers. And I'm like, man, you're right, but my hands hurt. Like my hands hurt.
Listen, I'm a barista. My hands hurt.
Yeah.
My fingertips always burnt. I need to pick.
I got carpal tunnel. Come on.
Yeah,
Break.
yeah. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. I've been set free and I've been bound to the memories of yesterday's clouds. I've been set free and I've been bound. Now I'm set free. I'm set free. I'm set free to find a new illusion. I was blinded, but now I can see what in the world happened to me. The Prince of Stories who walks right by me. Now I'm set free. I'm set free. I'm set free to find a new illusion. I've been set free and I've been bound. Let me tell you, people, what I found. I saw my head laughing, rolling on the ground. Now
Cool. Is there anything else y'all want to talk about?
I mean, go listen to this new record coming out soon. It's
go.
going to be called Songs for Tara, and it's going to be on Perpetual Doom.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And it's coming out on tape. Insert date here. TBD.
It may be out by the time this comes out.
It
It
just
may
came
be
out.
It may be
It's
out.
coming
Yeah,
out.
it totally just came out. Yeah.
Just got best new music.
Oh,
Congratulations.
God, yeah. Pitchfork gave it a -5 out of 10.
The first ever negative Pitchfork.
Yeah. what is this shit? Pitchfork.
That would be an achievement in and of itself.
Yeah,
right
I'd be
there.
stoked on that.
Oh
Honestly.
yeah, I'm waiting for it. I
Get some
can't
infamy.
wait for a bad review. That's what I want for this record. I want
Yeah.
somebody to be like, this is avant-garde bullshit, and be like, yeah,
That's
you
better
don't-
than no reviews.
Yeah,
That's
it's
what
like, yeah,
I'm used
you don't
to.
like
so-
it. Good, I'm doing a good job. You hate it, sucker.
Cool.
And if I may take this opportunity to plug some other bands.
Yeah,
that
go
I'm
for
in,
it. Oh, I
that's
meant to
cool.
ask all that. Sorry.
Yeah. Plug
go
to my
ahead.
band. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
No, that's cool. Not to usurp it, but if you're interested in cool rock music, check out Queasy, the band Queasy from
Queasy's
Philadelphia.
very, very
I
good.
play guitar in that band. And also check out my partner's band. They're called Litlin. They just put out a new 3-song EP, and it's amazing. It's so good if you like lo-fi folk stuff.
Nice.
Yeah.
You got any plugs?
I mean, this is all about me. No, no. Yeah, I mean, there's so many great bands. Littlin and Queasy, Nodpaw.
Not really a thing anymore, but
Not really a thing anymore. I mean,
not at the moment.
I
Check
mean,
it out.
I don't know. Yeah, get vaccinated. Stay safe.
Everybody stay safe and
By now the pandemic's over.
Pandemic's over.
Yeah.
It never
By the time
happened.
this episode
Yeah,
comes out,
this
hopefully-
episode, yeah, it's
Wishful
now
thinking.
2025.
Yeah.
all
It ain't
in-
gonna be that delayed. Thanks so much to Dominique Diglio for letting me record her at the Chaminade Mansion in beautiful Fairmount Park. It was really cool to be able to record a couple sessions there. I'm glad I got to do that while there was still a chance. If you want to hear more from Dominique, you can check out her new tape at perpetualdoom.bandcamp.com. If you want to get in touch with me about the podcast, you can email underthefirstfloor@gmail.com, and you can check it out on Twitter at UTFF Podcast and Instagram at underthefirstfloor. And if you enjoy the podcast, please rate, review, and subscribe on Apple Podcast. It really helps get the word out about the show. For the last couple of songs, I'm going to leave you with a couple tracks that were recommended earlier in the episode. The first one being from Austin, Texas indie act Lomelda, the song Wonder. This is off their record Hannah, which was released in September of 2020. I can't tell if it was self-released or it says published by Double Whammy, so there's some sort of label relationship there. I'm not sure what. And the last song will be from the band Queasy, a song called Seven Futures. This is a 4-piece from Philly with Mike, who played with Dominique earlier in the episode. And this is off their self-titled EP that came out in April 2020. It's amazing the amount of bands in Philly. I keep finding new ones, and this is another great new one that I'd never heard of. And it's a really cool song, so definitely check that out. I hope you enjoyed the episode. Stay safe, and we'll see you next time. Bye.
When you get it, give it all. You got, you said. When you get it, give it all. You got, you said. Wanna give up, wanna call it off. You said. Wonder when you'll get it or get off. You said. You got what? Give it your all.
after 6 p.m. I disappear.